fighting blue, RAKOTONDRAZANANY, and fighting red, JURIC. These are the numbers.
Yeah, both guys are experienced, but certainly RAKOTONDRAZANANY is the more experienced fighter, but the wins and losses column almost equal. He is 2 years older, coming in just shy of the middleweight limit.
Coming in late as well, so either he's a huge surprise or this is a journeyman that's probably maybe a little bit past the sell-by. Who knows? But it's a test for JURIC no matter how you look at it. Got the height advantage, definitely JURIC. Oh, look at that left hand, find the target. Was that a stumble? Was it a shot? Let's see what JURIC has got to recover here. Oh, down he goes. And look at this, the Panda all over him. JURIC to recover, unbelievable.
Crazy straight left, that's the danger here, Will. He's got long reach, long punches, deceptively able to connect with you and throw you off your game.
Oh, and the body kick from JURIC comes back, chops his man down on the inside kick. Look at this, I told you, this is carnage on a plate. We're really, really gonna have some fun with this. It's Joker's wild.
Insane, what an upset this would be. RAKOTONDRAZANANY coming in on short notice and doing the business here against JURIC, who is such a prospect, Will.
Absolutely, class prospect as well. And all those years of experience, IMMAF amateur champion. Well, it ain't over till it's over, but RAKOTONDRAZANANY is absolutely the devil incarnate here, isn't he? He's just throwing everything up and at him.
I'm not surprised, I have to say, but here's where conditioning and fitness could take over. Is he only a glass cannon is the question. Arm triangle attack here from JURIC.
Well, JURIC systematically breaking his man down. This is the mark of a true prospect, whether or not he can survive the onslaught. The Panda comes with that reputation, but he's now got himself into a little bit of trouble here. No, he gets out. And JURIC on the ground, very dominant and strong here.
He was nearly able to lock up that arm triangle, and I love that technique to be able to kind of just get it when your opponent is at a 45-degree angle. And certainly causing some serious pressure there on the mat.
Yeah, JURIC getting into this, but RAKOTONDRAZANANY is a dangerous character. This could be about conditioning. He's using a lot of energy, and JURIC, the younger fighter, probably a little bit better conditioned, only marginally. Maybe that's going to tell here.
RAKOTONDRAZANANY needs to forget about the grappling. You know, quite clearly he was able to cause some issues being the southpaw, finding left straight. Again, you know, you go for a back, but you don't have the back, and now you're on the bottom.
Yeah, there should have been hooks going a long time ago. But look, that's the wild, crazy fighter RAKOTONDRAZANANY presents. He is a bucking bronco. He's a wild animal in these scenarios. And he's just come here to do big, ballistic things here, especially where the hands and the feet are concerned. But well handled by JURIC. You've got to give him credit where credit's due. He's taken the pace out of it, taken the sting out of the Panda, and now he's working him.
And you would think training with Roberto Soldic, who's one of the most lethal middleweight southpaw fighters ever, you know, you'd have that figured out and dialed, but he was caught multiple times.
And then it was the unorthodox way which with RAKOTONDRAZANANY did it. You know, it was unorthodox. He leaned in with the left. It was southpaw for a minute, and then he switched up. Really hard to read. But look at this now. He's just using brute strength, and he's really trying to ragdoll JURIC. But I'm telling you now, JURIC, the bigger fighter, younger, stronger, he's woken up here now, and I think he can handle himself. We've still got a minute and a half left, though. It's everything to play for.
Absolutely. He's got to get off the fence here. You know, I have no idea still, though, why Panda is so intent. Maybe he feels something in there, you know, about the weakness of JURIC and believes if he gets a takedown. But these elbows are bad news, Will. Yeah,
RAKOTONDRAZANANY's starting to feel these, but he's not giving up that leg. Still wants a single. You're right. Why would you? When your upright is so strong, why would you try and get involved? Ends up on the bottom. Exactly as you said. And JURIC in control here in half guard, working from the top. He's going to be able to put something together here. He was nearly in that triangle choke. Will he go for it again? Too early? Let's wait and see.
Both guys are a mess in there right now. But the problem was Panda was like completely bent out of position, you know, at total risk of being taken off balance and taken down. And it's exactly what happened. It's a poor maneuver when you're trying to take a guy down and end up being compromised like this. And this could have a profound impact on the fight right now.
Well, I don't know what the numbers were in terms of punters and stats for who would come out on top here. He's an unknown prospect is RAKOTONDRAZANANY, but JURIC, there's not an awful lot of tape on him either. We know his amateur numbers, but look at him on top here now, and he's really taking advantage. But look at that, walks straight into a knee. I was going to say RAKOTONDRAZANANY soaks it up and just walks through it. There's the buzzer, and that after one round is just insane, Chris.
What a fight, Will. What a fight there. I mean, the 5 minutes of pandemonium we just saw. Big underdog, RAKOTONDRAZANANY, but he's the kind of dog that can change the fight very quickly. He's a spoiler.
I love that. Pandemonium. Ah, Chris, you're a legend. Yeah, absolutely. Let's have a little look.
Let's take a look at the replay. Here was the opening salvo. And you can see he just kind of squats his stance. My style is better than yours. Reaches his lead arm out and then tags him with the left straight. Here again in the clinch. JURIC just gets slapped and then literally clocked with the left hand. There, this is where it turned around now. JURIC with the inside low kick. And then I believe we saw some good grappling exchanges, which he was clearly dominant in.
Yeah, and there was an Ogoshi there, complete hip throw from JURIC. So the technique still outweighs aggression and power. Well, let's go into two. Buckle up, funsters. This is going to be a wild, wild ride. So, fighting blue, RAKOTONDRAZANANY, known as the Panda, takes on JURIC. Slovenia plays France. Oh, my bad. And that will upset a lot of people. Croatia plays France. And it's quite dramatic, actually, the difference in physicality. You don't notice it until you see a bit of space between them. But JURIC is the bigger fighter all the way around. But just look at the build on RAKOTONDRAZANANY.
And one fighter cut weight here and one did not, and that's the difference. And at the beginning of the fight, we both said, what if? And now I think we're asking, what now?
Unusual boxing stance. He puts his weight on his back leg, actually, and that's what it gets you, because it allows you to stay in while you move out. It was a really awkward, odd stance there. But anyway, let's see what the Panda can do from this position. He's on top, he's gone for the back, he's hooked in this time, but he's not going to get thrown off. Oh, I mean, JURIC knows how to get rid of you, and he does. Look at that, slips him off like a slug. You know, it's just ridiculous how you've given up that position.
Yeah, classic. Literally just TP'd up and shook him off. RAKOTONDRAZANANY did a better job of trying to hold on with double unders, but he didn't quite have the grips. He was already kind of slipping out by the time he got his hooks in, or partially got them in. So, again, just slightly too many big moves in that back take rather than a few sequential steps to achieve the final goal. Sometimes you have to slow down the grappling, and he was not connected there. But again, you know, as we saw in the beginning of the round, causing problems on the feet.
And he needed to keep it there. Any mistake that took it to this is going to be awkward to deal with. And I think he's going to get slowly roughed up, the juice sucked out of him, worked over, and I think JURIC will finish him with a submission. Any idea where this could go, Chris, at this stage?
I'm telling you, JURIC just doesn't look comfortable on the feet, which is a little bit surprising. You know, he should have been disciplined enough to make the adaptations on short notice, but Panda also has found his mark. You know, he's a very accurate striker. Even the kick catch we saw to get the fight down, of course he didn't stay on top. He's ended up on the bottom. It's sneaky stuff, so it's an awkward style to deal with.
Yeah, I mean, when I looked at this on the cards and I looked at the paper, my original thoughts were JURIC by decision, using clinch, top control, the crowd, obviously partisan Croatian to support him here in Varaždin. Even if Panda has moments of success on the feet, which we've seen, it's this continuous, atrocious groundwork from JURIC, his size, his youth, that's all going to go against the latecomer to this. And I think we're going to see that play out.
Yeah, agreed, 100%. And, you know, just no disrespect to RAKOTONDRAZANANY. He's a durable, experienced guy. There's not a lot he hasn't seen with that many fights, with 11 fights. But, again, fitness, like you said, the clinch work, the takedown pressure. Smart play here from JURIC to de-risk the situation, I think, would be smart.
So I think this is what we're going to see. 2 minutes left in this second round, and we're going to see a dominant JURIC control the top, work his way, probably happy to stay in half guard. He's got the height to be able to get grips upstairs, but he's shut the Panda down. RAKOTONDRAZANANY is struggling to find some kind of plan B apart from the aggression and the wildcat stand up that we saw in the beginning of the first round. He's not been able to repeat that. So the attritional work starting to begin, and then probably just a good moment in time to give a shout out and a mention to Sean Denny, Severe MMA. Thanks for all the previews and insights, and if you get a chance, you should log on to Severe MMA and see their reviews of all things MMA in Europe. Probably the premier site for all the action on the continent. Great reviews, great previews, and if you ever want to know about something that's coming up or you've missed, Sean Denny, Severe MMA is the place to go. Back to the action here now, and more of the same here for the Panda. He's on the bottom, really getting worked over and ground down.
Yeah, he's exhausted. And again, you know, JURIC's corner will have said, just get methodical on this guy. You know, for a wild card, sometimes you just have to get 5 in a row, and that's what he's doing. Flattening him down, working the pass. The shoulder of justice has been a key feature, not only in this round, but also the last. And strength, physique. When you've cut weight, yeah, size does matter in grappling, especially over time.
Well, it needed to stay in the stand-up for RAKOTONDRAZANANY to really make inroads. 10-second clapper. Strong round for JURIC. After that first impactful fright of the night, JURIC is back in the game. He looked rattled after the first, looks a lot more comfortable now in the second.
Yeah, absolutely. He's kind of hit cruise control here. And, you know, credit to RAKOTONDRAZANANY. He was able to shrimp and gain a little bit of an angle and start to attack the left arm with a Kimura. But, again, you know, it's such an exponential decline now after losing all of the energy across the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, the stand-up was where he was dominant, and why he went for the takedown. He tries to get in for a bit of ground and pound, but it's all reversed after the back take, and he finds himself in this position, cannot move JURIC. JURIC is like Velcro in this top position. He gets locked in. The half guard is perfect for him because it means that RAKOTONDRAZANANY just really can't do anything other than hang on to try and keep JURIC in that lower position. JURIC could pass, no sense in doing it, just the same, able to do what he needs to do, and that's the game. Third and final, who would have thought? So, fighting blue from France, from Narbonne, Mateu RAKOTONDRAZANANY. He takes on Croatian JURIC. Still a puncher's chance, RAKOTONDRAZANANY, but I think JURIC has got the number now. He's dialed in, and he's more efficient, more controlled, and he's got the pace and the read of the man. Oh, that was a thumping left hand from JURIC. He could finish here. My goodness, it was a mistake by RAKOTONDRAZANANY, and at the beginning of the third round, JURIC has done it. He's absolutely threaded through that hand, and that was promising enterprise. The rampage that was RAKOTONDRAZANANY halted. He threw that ungainly left, but walked onto the left hand of JURIC as well. He was hurt. JURIC finished.
Outstanding performance here from JURIC. He's 2-0 in FNC and had to overcome some obstacles there, had to figure things out on the fly. Impressive. You know, a guy who was tested, who took the fight, who moved forward, and continues this undefeated run to 3-0.
Roberto Soldic said, that's it, I've had enough. Go out there, bang away, and look what he did. That was a Soldic finish. Great performance from JURIC. And actually, it looks like RAKOTONDRAZANANY still being treated on the floor. That was some tremendous shot. I'd like to see it again.
Let's take a look at it. There was a high kick. Yeah, I thought it was the inside low kick, actually, that kicked out his leg. There was clearly an injury there. As he stepped in to actually kick that, and it's a good tool. Rear kick to an open stance, devastating.
You're exactly right, Chris, because also the left hand went up as well, and I thought it was a cheeky little uppercut that had caught him. But yeah, it was the low kick. Yes, incredible.
Pinpoint accuracy too. Perfect 45, right to the inside of the joint, and you could just see, you know, again, the base collapsing like that. Leg kicks do finish fights.
Listen, I'm a Kyokushin man, I know. No doubt about it. Let's not get into that debate. But yeah, low kicks rule, baby. I'm a short little fat Kyokushin fighter, man. I can't get above the waist, so it's downstairs all the way. And listen, JURIC, from my lips to your ears, that's how you finish it. I thought it was the left hand that went up in an uppercut, but look at that. Tough fighter like RAKOTONDRAZANANY. A lot of pain.
Time recorded at cage side of 28 seconds completed of round number 3. Your winner in the red corner by way of TKO, JURIC!